Tonight, a series of dramatic raids in South Wales. No hiding place for a suspected burglar.
Yeah, we've got already time in the rear garden number 13.
In Lewisham.
You're out doing a robbery, aren't they?
A mad dash to nab suspected street robbers.
Chasing suspects. Go down into Jews Walk, 778 speed. I see 3 mil.
A suspect's final call to his mates.
Hey, remember we just went shopping there!
And officers in Woolwich storm a suspected crime den.
Police! Stay where you are! Stay where you are, police!
In the past 10 years, there have been over 9 million burglaries. Statistically, this means 1 in 6 homes in your street has been broken into. Police are waging a war on theft in the UK. The results so far are in their favour. The latest figures show burglary down 5%. But how are the police doing it? We follow them into the combat zone, where they'll be wearing our cameras, giving us an unprecedented view of the fight against this type of crime. 5 a.m. in South Wales, and the police are preparing for a heavy day's work.
This is the second formal part of Operation Jaguar, even though it's been ongoing for a number of weeks now. Obviously today we intend to execute a number of search warrants.
Operation Jaguar has been running for 3 months, targeting burglary, drugs and car theft in the Neath area. We've disguised some of the officers' identities to maintain their cover during intelligence-led operations.
The MOE team will deploy from here, park the vans up there and use the cover of the buildings to shield us until we do the entry there.
Sergeant Matthew Codd and his operations support team, or OST, are carrying out 3 raids. He meticulously plans each one.
Somebody, 1 to 2 officers, just to go around there, just to cover the actual escape routes.
En route to the first address, the OST consider what's awaiting them on the other side.
I would say that most police officers would have encountered some sort of violence during their service, and again, you know, different people react differently to these type of situations. But as long as we can contain it and make sure that people understand that you know what we're out to do and the reason that we do it, I think being firm and fair is the best way to describe it.
Over 10,000 police have been injured fighting crime in the last 4 years.
Before we lock up.
One of Matthew's team is wearing our specially adapted camera, taking you to the heart of the raid.
Push it. In. What's happening? Stay down. Stay where you are. Up. Put him down. Stay where you are. Nice and easy. Put your hands where I can see you.
Speed and brute force allow police to catch suspects unaware. Inevitably, children are caught up in raids. To avoid any more distress, Matthew removes the mother and child from the scene.
Right.
Got a warrant under the Misuse of Drugs Act, but as you all know, dealers like to take not just cash but property for the drugs that they're knocking out. So I don't doubt that there's stuff going in there from shoplifting to probably burglaries.
In Woolwich, PC Bill Smart briefs the community support team, led by Sergeant Dale Openshaw. Dale believes the target address has been overtaken by drug dealers.
Yeah, we believe that people are dealing from this flat and the customers are coming to the flat to buy drugs and paying in stolen goods.
A little bit of background to this, we Did an eviction on the Barnfield about a month ago and kicked out a load of street dealers. The information we have to date is that the dealers have moved from that flat. We're playing catch-up with these people to try and keep them on the run or push them elsewhere. There may be a couple of kids in there. We'll have to play that by ear when we get there. And it's an unknown number of suspects. That's why I wanted a large gang to go in this morning.
Crack and heroin-motivated crime costs the UK billions of pounds every year. Dale's team have to act quickly. The gang have lookouts on the estate.
We need to move quick. Someone's making a phone call. Just going to have to get a bit of a move on.
Drug dealers are known to employ young teenagers as spotters to stand on 24-hour lookout for police and rival gangs.
Yeah, let's get a move on, mate.
Stay where you are, son!
Officers burst through the door as some suspects were about to flee.
Stay where you are, please!
Did someone come in here? 2 people in here, fiddling around with his pocket. Stand up. Hands behind your back now.
No worries.
Intelligence was right. There are small children on the premises.
Unfortunately, the toilet was being flushed as we entered the address because there was a lot of shouting on the estate. Someone obviously saw us coming towards the estate and they were shouting the warning, so that's why we had to kind of get a move on. But there might be something else there, who knows.
Despite the suspects being tipped off, Dale's team have cornered them. Now they're detained, the search can begin. Coming up, in Wales, CCTV catches the action. In Taplow,
anything you do say magnificent. Do you understand?
it's not just the police giving out the cautions.
I live in Slough now, mate, and I'm extremely violent.
Not the old
Stop, come on.
And another raid in Operation Jaguar.
In.
In the London borough of Lewisham, Met officers Dave Cooper and Jim Horan are out on an unmarked patrol.
We're tasked to deal with robbery and burglaries. That's what we do on the Borough Support Unit. We go deal with priority street crime. A bonus for us being out in this the unmarked BMW and obviously in plain clothes, we can hopefully get up and have a look, get into these estates, obviously without showing out, being in uniform or in a marked police car.
Dave has just spotted some suspicious behaviour.
I've just seen 2 white lads. They've got gaunt look about them and they're now coming towards. And it's like they're carrying a bag, which is, you know, that bag is something like someone who's going to work, a businessman would carry. These people are not dressed and they look, you know, really gaunt and withdrawn, druggy-looking appearance. Look, they're now approaching people, speaking, and he just offered that bag out. So he could have some stolen property in that bag, and we're going to give these 2 a tug.
Dave's hunch is they may be fresh from a robbery.
Yeah, fella, please. Wait here, mate.
Dave approaches the man carefully, as he may be armed.
Wait up against here, police officer.
okay.
All right, wait up against this here a sec, all right? Well, the reason I stopped you, obviously, I'm going to one of us in a bag. I've seen you just offer that bag to that person there who's just leaning up against it. Listen, we're just going to stop your mate who's gone over to that cash machine as well. You look a bit nervous. Does this bag belong to you? Just be honest.
That bag is mine, yeah.
That is your bag. OK, what's in that bag?
Drawings and I think a DVD, 1 DVD.
His mate ran over to that cash machine. He'll also be required to stay for the purpose of the search.
Dave and Jim can't take any risks when searching suspects.
Hey, listen, mate, keep your hands where I can see him, fella, yeah? I don't want to get any...
violent person.
I appreciate that. Have you got any needles or any sharps in your pocket?
Nothing.
I do not want to, you know, I'm not trying to insult you, but I do not want to get pricked by anything. Do you understand that, OK?
Yeah. I understand you're obviously upset, mate, now, right? But obviously you can appreciate...
Fucking you've seen so much. You broke a DVD player last time he was in here, right?
I know.
Back in South Wales, Sergeant Matthew Codd is trying to placate a suspect. So far, the first part of Operation Jaguar has gone relatively smoothly.
Put him down. Put your hands where I can see him.
But a thorough search for vital evidence can only begin once the suspect has been properly restrained.
Do you want to go downstairs with the missus? Do you want to put some trousers on? Someone who happy with that? Meet him off with it. Go ahead now, come on.
Fucking down. off my street. Right?
Chill out, no, cool head, no. Cool head, no, otherwise you'll have to come in.
I don't give a yeah, good.
Right, you're under arrest, but he's under arrest, prevent the breach of the peace. Can you get a car?
That breach of peace in my own house.
Right.
Sorry.
You're performing now anyway, but
I'm
right.
not performing, I just told you.
Chill out, I've told you no, right?
I am quiet.
Chill out now, please.
Right.
You don't have to say anything, but it might harm your defence. You don't mention one question, something you later line in court. Anything.
With the suspect under arrest and led away, officers can now safely carry out a search of the property, allowing the operations support team to move on to the second raid. The next raid is close by, and in this part of Wales, news travels fast. If Matthew and his team are to keep the element of surprise, they must move quickly.
Stop, 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 come on!
New PVC doors are incredibly tough, but the OST eventually find their way in.
Which? In. Quick.
Matthew and his team restrain the suspects within seconds, allowing the search to take place.
I get the short straw, I think.
Intelligence about drug activity at the home before the raid appears to be well founded.
Immediately there's evidence of drug misuse. You will be spoken to about that at some point.
Now an undercover officer shows Matthew what he believes could be a significant find.
Basically what we've got there is what we class as a tick list. We believe it to be drug-related debts, where a person supplying drugs will make a note of what they've supplied to somebody as far as the debt and the amount that the person owes them. Obviously, as they pay the debt, they just cross it off. So when this person is interviewed, that'll be something that we put to him.
Over £1 million worth of drugs were seized last year in this part of Wales alone. The earlier raid in Woolwich, South London, was successfully executed.
Let's move quick, someone's making a phone call. Just going to have to get a bit of a move on.
Stay where you are, Sandy!
However, it appears the suspects in the flat have been tipped off. With all the occupants detained, the team have begun the search for drugs and stolen goods.
Have a look at your shoes first.
Just bear in mind, Wayne, that we found a soiled nappy in the room, in the other room. Okay.
Whilst the mother is being searched, Dale has to comfort the baby.
Oh, you're getting moved around all over the place, mate, aren't you? Who's this then? Is this your snake? Hello. Just trying to keep him settled. Hello. John, your mum?
People from the council have got to look around to see what state the property's in. Depending on whether or not the place is a hazard because of the amount of waste material that's lying around, food that's lying around that might be an attraction for vermin. We've also got to consider the fact that there's 2 babies here. The social services need to know the sort of conditions the kids are being kept in.
That would be pretty low, wouldn't it? Hiding drugs under the baby's mattress. But
Never know.
People have done it before. People use babies to smuggle drugs abroad.
The consideration initially was to contain the place, capture any drugs that might be here. Secondary to that, but very important, is the fact that the children need to be properly cared for.
Right, that's what that PlayStation had was fishing out of his pocket.
It's not long before Dale has found some Class A drugs.
That could, I'm guessing it could be heroin or possibly crack.
I'll tell the officer.
Yeah, do you want to bring him in here and then we'll just... Did you?
He explains his find to the arresting officer.
Basically, I'm going to come there and do some notes anyway, but as I came around the corner, he was sitting on the PlayStation, he's seen me, and he's all straight away got his hand in his pocket, and he's just sort of like... And I told him to get his hand out of his pocket. and this has been found just there, just where he took his hand out of his pocket. Along with
You've heard the allegation.
Okay.
Okay, it's been put to you.
Okay.
All right, you're now under arrest.
Okay.
Okay, for possession of controlled substances.
Okay.
All right. You don't have to say anything.
Okay, did you see me?
Listen, I'm talking to you now.
Did you see me have
you
that
don't
in my
have to say
hand?
anything. Wait, harm your defence.
I don't even smoke cannabis, mate, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Right.
Go on.
With only a small amount of drugs seized and no trace of stolen goods, there is one last place for Bill to look.
Any reg on it?
The team run checks through the police national computer on the moped's status.
So we just had confirmation from the control room at Plumstead that this is stolen.
Across London, there are over 1,000 mopeds stolen each month. The occupier of the house is arrested for possession of Class A drugs and theft of the motorcycle.
The link is that sometimes goods are stolen to pay for drugs, and drug dealers, they steal themselves.
Back in Lewisham, Dave's found out what the two men were trying to sell.
Are the DVDs from a shop? Are they any stolen property from a shop?
I bought them off of a Chinese bloke.
When you say,
to try and sell
are
to my
they
friends,
copies?
and yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Are they copies?
My friends to sell
Oh, James,
It's estimated that DVD piracy puts over £450 million into criminal hands each year.
Where'd you get your Prada tracksuit from?
Huh? My mum.
How old are you?
Back from Italy.
How old are you?
I'm 31, mate. I'm a grown man.
You're 31. You ever been arrested before?
Previously, long time ago.
What was that for?
A burglary.
A burglary?
Served my time, gone in prison, come back out. Didn't enjoy it.
A quarter of all DVDs sold in the UK are counterfeit.
Trying to find my friends, sell some DVDs to them, and that's about it. You know, it's not as if I'm going and up to all the public and trying it.
Yeah, 778. I'm on a stop at Sydenham Road. Can I have a name check, please? So you got no tattoos or anything? So you should come back to direct hit, obviously, because you've been put away for burglary before. Okay. Who's that?
Jim seizes more DVDs from the second suspect.
Do you have a street trader's licence?
No.
No, you're selling what, 8 DVDs? Yeah, would you understand? Would you understand where I'm coming from?
It's not as if I'm going up to strangers and asking or trying to look for my friends and people that I...
The reason we're here, I'll tell you now, the reason we're here, because a lot of burglaries are happening in Sydenham at the moment. No, listen, I'm not saying you are, mate.
I went
a lot of burglaries.
for burglary and I swore I was blind. I'm never going back there.
That's good. All right, listen.
Belmarsh ain't the place for it.
No, good. But that's why we're here. We're here to stop all these theft and burglary-related crimes that are going on, all right?
I'm a grown man. I don't like hang around with little teenagers nicking pets and all that and not creating a difficult life for other people.
Here's your tyro back.
Thank you.
And thanks for your time. 2 seconds.
With more serious crime to tackle, Dave and Jim decide to let them off with a warning. But before they go, the man insists Dave have a look inside his case.
I'm a very influential artist.
Excellent.
I draw. That's all I do is drawing. And that's the baby seat that can go in the buggy, in and out of a buggy and in and out of the car and can be crash tested at 70 miles an hour and it'll work. And it's already been copyrighted, so don't try.
Why don't you try and get a career in that then, trying to sell DVDs?
Because I ain't got GCSEs or degrees. If I had GCSEs or degrees, I could make something of myself. Instead, I'm on the streets in Sydenham Mill trying to sell a little DVD for a packet of fags. Thanks.
All right.
Can I go up?
David, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Obviously, we're out in Sydenham because of our spate of burglaries we're having at the moment. He's got previous for burglary. He's gone inside, done time at Belmarsh. They was just sending out some DVDs. That's what was in the bag. DVD piracy is classed as a very minor thing, but it is still a form of theft. They're deceiving off the main companies, really. It's not treated as a major crime, why we're here, but like I say, it's still a form of theft. And any stops in relation to any theft offences is always a good result. And these will be, like I say, seized and placed in our property store with the bundles of DVDs we do get. Say, crime's crime.
In Taplow, officers Ronnie Walsh and Guy Lawrence are starting another shift. Along with their patrolling duties, they've been briefed on several suspects to look for. It's not long before they spot something suspicious.
Hey,
Basically, what we've seen is there's been a vehicle that's been involved in 3 shoplifting, so it's just parked up on one of the side roads off of here. Just seen the passenger door open and people around it, so there's a possibility it might start to drive off. When it does, we'll attempt to stop it. But we need to just play it by ear. We're not going to know how he's going to react at the end of the day.
With a potentially violent encounter ahead, Guy takes no chances and moves to a safer position to monitor the suspect.
Calm down.
As predicted, the car's on the move.
Not one, not one. Yeah, he's on it.
The driver makes no attempt to outrun the police car.
Sirens. The lay-by, mate. Go on in the lay-by. I'll stay here till you get him out.
It's routine procedure for police to remove the keys before questioning any driver in case the suspect attempts to drive away.
No, it's not. When did you get... Hold on, man. Come and have a chat, mate.
The driver says he's been stopped several times this week.
Not me. I don't know you, all right? OK? Basically, it's been involved in a theft yesterday.
Furthermore, the suspect denies being at the scene of the theft.
3 AVs. If you'd just like to go into them, then nice description.
Coming up, it's the final raid in South Wales.
We've had 2 lads just gone into a window of the premises. Obviously, could be a burglary suspects on.
Hot on the heels of housebreakers in Lewisham.
Sarge, we were literally on scene 1 minute after the call.
And the Taplow police get some citizens' advice.
Done a bit of shopping yesterday, that's all we did. And you come in, you start accusing us of shoplifting, and you expect me to sit here and be quiet? You have a laugh, mate.
In South Wales, it's 2 down, 1 to go. In the ongoing battle against drug-related theft, Operation Jaguar, led by Sergeant Matthew Codd, has so far gone according to plan.
There's evidence of drug misuse.
And now it's time for the final raid.
Got the focus on the drive quite a lot.
They've obtained warrants for arrest as a result of undercover police work.
Be straight up the stairs. What I want is, obviously they're going in now just to confirm which one it is. It's believed to be straight up the stairs, and it's the furthest one. It's the one which is actually facing onto the garden, so to speak.
A man suspected of car crime is wanted by a neighbouring police force and is believed to be at this address.
Step back from the door! Please! Stay where you are! Stay where you are. Put your hands on your head. Let's see where your hands are.
Do you know what we're doing?
The element of surprise was in their favour. The occupants had barely woken up.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely alright for your safety, that was, right? Officer explained to you now, right?
The OST restrained them to allow a search to take place.
The male person in here now has been arrested on suspicion of aggravated take and drive away. This offence relates not to our force area but to David Powers, which is a neighbouring force area. So obviously he was suspect of that. So he'll now be taken to the nearest designated station, and then we'll arrange for officers from David Powers to come over and interview him in relation to that matters.
Undercover police take the man away for questioning.
We just stopped a vehicle in Northborough Road. It's got a couple of AVs.
In Taplow, Ronnie radios in for more details. He and colleague Guy Lawrence have stopped a driver who they suspect is wanted for shoplifting.
What's your middle name?
Roger, we've got one from yesterday. We've got one black female, one white male, entered marked sensors and they stole various food items. They left in that vehicle. The main offender was an IC1 male, 45 to 50, was wearing a maroon shirt. His late 40s again was about 6 foot. Driver was an IC1 male, brown hair, clean shaven, chubby cheeks and a blue t-shirt.
Unfortunately for the suspect, his similarity to the description has conspired against him.
Put your feet down properly. Not at home now. And your other one.
It's uncomfortable in there, sir.
Yeah, we'll go in a minute.
It's not good news for the driver, who's less than happy.
Dirty old pig. Dirty army boy.
All right. Does he have a drink? No, I don't think so. I can't.
You got to do me, no.
Just think I can.
Bunch lot of you. Got nothing better to do than go around pulling people that ain't done all wrong. Done a bit of shopping yesterday, that's all we did. And you come here and you start accusing us of shoplifting, and you expect me to sit here and be quiet. You have a laugh, mate. You take. I'm waiting till I get off this, right? Because I'm gonna guts for guts.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna sue you because we went shopping there yesterday, right?
Where?
At Marks and Spencer's. That's where we went. We went shopping. And you're telling us we've been shoplifting and we ain't. How can I do that? I could citizens arrest you for wrongful arrest. Couldn't I?
Can't, because I didn't arrest you.
Well, he did.
You can't arrest me though, can you?
Well, you can't arrest me then, can you?
Tired of arguing with Ronnie, the suspect turns to his mates.
Hey, remember we just went shopping there.
You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention. Turn around.
With a match on descriptions, Guy and Ronnie search and caution the suspect.
Do the window down. All right. Okay. Basically, what's going to happen, right? I'm arresting you both on suspicion of theft. All right. You do not have to say anything, but in my own defence, do not mention when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say, be given evidence. I want you just to remain in the car till the other unit comes to take you, all right?
But the driver's playing up again.
No, you always act like this.
All right, it's not worse than this, mate.
I'm sure you do.
You're not worse. You're lucky.
Am I?
Yeah, you are lucky, mate. You're very lucky. Very lucky indeed.
The torrent of threatening language jogs Guy's memory. He thinks he's met the suspect before.
Do you used to live in Slough?
I live in Slough now, mate, and I'm extremely violent.
Not the old from donkeys years ago.
That's the one. Yeah, you know the one.
We have changed a bit.
You don't know me because I've never met you before, so I don't know.
You used to have long hair.
Extremely violent, mate. Trust me.
The situation is we found out where the theft is. What they've been arrested for is from Beaconsfield yesterday, which is a Wickham area. So hopefully we're going to try and transport the prisoners to Wickham so the officers in charge can deal with it accordingly.
That's me for nothing.
Right.
Guy and Ronnie won't have to put up with the abuse any longer. The suspects are led away. London Met officers Dave and Jim are out on night patrol in Lewisham.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what time of day it is, darkness or daytime, you know, we'll still get robberies. Your burglars will, you have some who will go out and do it during the day because they're more comfortable doing it like that when the house is empty, and you get people who like doing nighttime, even though it's, you know, there's people in the house, they'll do residential burglaries at night.
Which you've got to have a lot of blunt.
Yeah.
It's not long before they get their first call of the evening.
We're now populating section 2727. Cat 30 informant C2, black male jumping through an open window at location.
About two lads just going into a window of a premises. Obviously, it could be a burglary, suspects on. We're literally just around the corner, pulling up on scene now. We're looking out for two, Jim. Black tracksuit bottoms, white trainers. Shall I put them 1-1 on scene? Doors open.
Dave and Jim are on their toes, as the suspects may still be on the scene.
Hello? It's the police?
Police officers!
Hello? Jim's been done, look. Been turned over. The premises have just this minute been done. We're inside the premises. Some unit go around the back of Ponley Road. So, Sarge, we were literally on scene 1 minute, 2 minutes after the call, and we're already inside the address. Front door's left open.
It seems they were just too late.
There's a good chance that they heard us coming with the two-tones and that they've gone in. Because they've, I mean, there's a lot of stuff ready to go, but they haven't taken it.
That TV's been left there, isn't it? I was obviously going for that TV. To carry that out, you can only have a vehicle parked round the corner, and I tell you what, Jim, us being on scene that quick, they hardly got away with anything.
There are over 750,000 residential burglaries each year in the UK.
If you see there, they've gone in through the front window, they forced that window, and that door's open, so they've come out that way, out here, and gone.
Did you hear or see anything, do you know?
Huh?
Anything?
No, I've been watching telly.
How long have you been in for?
Oh, I've been in
all night? Nah, she says that it's frequented by a lot of teenagers, and there's been no parent in there for a long time, so a lot of kids have been hanging around there. They was here all day earlier on, blasting music out.
Oh, right.
Jim has managed to contact the house owner's son.
We're going to leave now. We're going to lock the front door. When you get back, you should just come back in through the front door. But as I say, don't touch too much, especially the window at the front.
The scenes of crime officers here.
I've got in through there, and there's a big widescreen TV that's gone. And out through the front door. Okay. Most of the rooms have been ransacked.
I'll have a look at the window and the window frame first, and then I'll work my way around.
There's a couple of bags in them which looks like the minute amount, if there is any, of any drugs, cannabis. A couple of these little drug bags, and all the beds are tipped upside down. The people who have obviously come to burgle these premises may be looking for drugs.
But Dave and Jim don't know where the drugs have come from.
So for the other way, we're going to catch them if they've left any DNA or any sort of samples or anything. That could have messed them up, really. To get fingerprints, they want to leave it on, like, glass would be good. Anything on any wood or any handles would be no good. Speaking to the neighbours either side, this could be done by kids because loads of kids were hanging around here. The fact is, like, widescreen TV has been taken. They obviously had a car up round the corner and made a quick getaway.
They will have to rely on the forensics to find any suspects. In Wales, Swansea Traffic Police Paul Morgan and Lee Joseph are working the late shift when they get their first call.
6-1 received.
We're en route to Morrison Hospital, where there's a male. He was taken into accident emergency earlier on this evening. And he's come out of there, and apparently he's been seen by security up there, trying to gain entry into a vehicle.
Car crime in South Wales is a particular problem, with well over 22,000 cars broken into or stolen each year.
I think he was taken in from a pub brawl earlier on, so that's as much as we know about him at the moment.
Lee and Paul arrive at the hospital. Other units already have a suspect detained. They go and assess the damage to the vehicle.
He's actually pulled the top of the door out. There is old damage. It looks like he's tried getting in there as well.
E269.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we've seen it. Yeah.
Security guards confirm it's the man on camera.
Arrested you now for attempt theft of motor vehicles. Right, the judge said you'll be held defence for information with questions so that you need to run in court.
Lee and Paul go to the CCTV control room to check the footage.
What was he first picked up? And in fact, he's wandering around, or did you know?
Mike radioed me by security and I got hold of him.
Yeah, this is what I got of him. Oh, that's true.
That's what I got. And he's walked.
Yeah, I mean, that's really good footage. The boys here have done a good job with the cameras. And the quality of the footage is good as well. I mean, it's clearly the person that we've just seen be arrested. He's got the 2 wounds in his head. The clothes that he's wearing are exactly the same. So we're in no doubt now that he's caused the damage.
He's just been taken back to the nearby.
Is he?
Because of his head wounds, the suspect has been taken back into hospital, but he's turned violent.
That's A&E, Alan.
He's not coming quietly after all.
Paul and Lee move in to assist the other unit. The suspect is detained once again.
Well, he's basically decided that he doesn't want to go quietly. He did need to have his head locked up, so the officers initially brought him back here to have his injuries looked up because he's kicked off. He's kicked out of the officers in there. Hospital have basically said that they're not going to treat him, so we're waiting for a van now to take him down in a caged van, which is safer for us rather than trying to sit with him in the back of a Panda. He's obviously highly intoxicated with alcohol. We're not going to waste any more time with him now. We'll get a van up here, take him down to custody, and get his head down for a few hours so we can interview him in the morning.
The restrained suspect is eventually led away. CCTV proving invaluable.
We've seen the footage ourselves, it's fantastic footage. He's going to do the job because he can never argue with it. It's clearly him. I mean, that's the difference between prosecuting him and not prosecuting him.
PC Steph Rule and his colleague are part of a tactical unit in the London Borough of Southwark, set up to combat theft and burglary. Steph's responding to an emergency call.
That's right. It's been a burglary, and they've had the suspects up on the roof. One of them's tried to get away, and they've had him up in the tree, and he's climbed over in the gardens, and they're trying to chase him at the moment. Where do they want us? Do you know?
Just wants a torch in the moment.
There's already a heavy police presence at the scene, on the lookout for the burglars.
Right, the two burglary suspects are believed to be in this area. So we've got the area contained, officers on foot, we've got dogs here, and helicopter should be with us any minute. Once helicopter gets here, we should be able to find where they are, and the dog van should be able to go in, and we'll go and get them.
By flooding the area with officers, police hope the suspects stand little chance of escape. These thieves were after building materials. Nearly half of all burglary reported is non-domestic.
Non-residential burglars don't tend to go out armed because, like, if they're going to break into a school or an office, they don't intend, they don't think they're going to come across anyone. They want to be in and out. There's always that chance, I mean, they might have screwdrivers or anything on them, or a crowbar they could use as a weapon if they wanted to. But I've never come across it.
We've got stairs that lift us up for most of the building.
Oh, getting old.
Obviously, as you can see, the area is very big, and there's lots of trees and all sorts. Make it difficult for us. But now the Engine 99 have just arrived. That's the air support unit, the helicopter, and they're going to do a search of the area. And say it's quite big, so they'll do a search, and hopefully they'll find him now for us, and it makes our job a hell of a lot easier with them. So once they find them, we can go in with the dog units and fish them out, hopefully.
It's now a waiting game for the officers on the ground.
Indian 99 down with it, Mike Dollar.
Yeah, the dog's just gone in there. I think there's another dog in there the other side as well. There's a couple of dogs down there, but this one's just gone in there.
With the net closing in on the suspects, Steph is upbeat about getting the men. Coming up.
Going to have to do another robbery, aren't they?
In Lewisham, Dave sprints after some suspected street robbers.
Suspects. Go down into Jews Walk, 778 speeds, icy female black baseball cap.
And the net's closing in on a suspected burglar.
Yeah, we've got one detained in the rear garden, number 13.
In Lewisham, Dave and Jim are 6 hours into their shift. Despite being in plain clothes, it's unusual for them to catch criminals in the act. Their rapid response to an earlier emergency call very nearly caught the burglars red-handed.
Hello? Jim's been done. Been turned over. The premises have just this minute been done. We're inside the premises. He's been left there, isn't he? I was obviously going for that TV. To carry that out, you want to have a vehicle parked round the corner. Some unit go round the back of Ponley Road. Sarge, we were literally on scene 1 minute after the call.
Very rarely will you actually come across a robbery happening. I have had it happen. We actually came across a couple late at night, and they were in the process of getting robbed by 4 blokes. We were in this unmarked car, and the woman ran to us while the blokes had hold of her boyfriend, opened our car door and said, help us, we're being robbed. We said, we're police officers. So we jumped out and chased the blokes. We caught one of them. And when we went back, the victims had gone. They never came forward, and the person who was arrested had to be released.
A robbery call comes in, and it's happening just yards away. Is history going to repeat itself?
Going to have to do another robbery, aren't they?
Yeah, 1-1, just put up the scene now. Where's the forward, please?
There they are. Jim sees it all unfold. Realising it's the police, the gang run off, and Dave chases them.
Chasing suspects. Go down into Jews Walk, 778 speeds, icy female black baseball cap, black top. Stay where you are, mate. Can't leave out. He's through the property. I've got the property. Carry on. We've got one detained. There's one further up there. Jim, go straight past me. You want to get the icy free through something in the bush. He's got a black baseball cap on. Got one detained.
Jim goes after the other suspect.
Well, wait here.
That's
my black.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Them lot who just...
Listen to me. We got called to a robbery. Right, we were literally there when the call come out. You lot all run, that's why you've been detained, all right?
Dave's got his man, but Jim's has got away.
Jim, something was thrown as I was running over there, Jim, over them gates. I don't know what it was just something he threw.
As that call came out, we were right there. As we pulled up next to the group, it looked to me like one bloke was surrounded and everybody was on him, so it looked like there was a robbery taking place. As soon as they realised who we were, they've had it on their toes. Dave's got out and chased after them. When they've run across the road here, one of them, according to Dave, has discarded something in here. Probably a knife. The call that we got was that it was a knife being used, that someone had seen it.
It's not the first time Jim's met this suspect.
Fighting and robbery.
He's a notorious street robber,
Yeah, go ahead.
but says he's changed his ways.
Bring the person here, I know I don't rob. So it's all right.
Are you on bail right now?
No.
Dave wants to do an on-the-spot ID, but first needs to find a victim.
Did any unit manage to get hold of a victim? Or back to the original informant? Luke, can stand here with this bloke 2 secs? Rich, just keep him here for 2 seconds, for now, all right? Jim! The victim's gone as well. Oh, in that case, we'll just have to let him go. His mate said it's probably a weapon. He said because they was all going to have a fight. That's why they were standing on the corner of that road.
With no weapon and no victim coming forward, Dave has no evidence to make an arrest.
He said between me and him, he said he's probably one of his mates is on bail and he's not allowed out. It's a curfew and that's the one who run up that road. So, in view of that, Jim, we've got no more to go on. Unfortunately, we have to let him go.
Latest figures show 47% of robberies were not reported to police.
Listen, fella, you're free to go. But before you do, let me give you some words of advice.
I'm not gonna
you stand
run.
on that corner, you want to run from a police. Listen to me, you want to run from police all the time, right? You could have been handcuffed and detained there, right? You could be searched. And in your power, we threw that object over in that garden. All right, mate? You give me a lot, give me some words from us,
Listen,
I'll tell you.
promise you, yeah, I'm so happy you ain't arrested me. I'm looking at you, I ain't robbed nobody.
Go on, fella. I believe we prevented a robbery taking place there by being about, literally 10 seconds away from that call. In a way, we've prevented something, but it would have been a better result to obviously get a couple arrested, even for attempted robbery, but not enough police resources, and there was too many of them to try and, get any containment in there. And we managed to also lose the victim.
It's a frustrating time for Dave and Jim, with nearly 40,000 street robberies a year in the capital alone. This time, they walk away empty-handed. Back in Southwark, South London, the search for 2 suspects is ongoing. Having spotted a man, Steph quickly moves to block any escape.
Got him, got him, got him. Let him round it, go on. What is it? Got him. Got him.
With all escape routes blocked, his capture was inevitable.
Yeah, we've got one detained in the rear garden of number 13.
Let go your farm.
He'd been hiding less than 30 yards away in the bushes.
Listen, fella, you got anything in your pockets? No, I think. Go right over one side, all right?
A search of the man takes place before he's led away. With one more suspect to find, uniformed police move out. But this is just tactical. Plainclothes police are still in place.
That'll be the other suspect ringing him now. Yeah, his currency's still outstanding and he's getting a phone call at the moment from the other fella we're looking for. We'll take that number anyway. So far so good, 1 out of 2 is not bad, is it? 2 out of 2, even better.
In South Wales, there were 2 cautions for possession. In the second of the raids, there were no dealing charges. And no charges were pursued against the man in the 3rd raid. In Taplow, all 3 suspects were released without charge. But in Southwark, the man caught was found guilty of burglary and fined £2,000. Police are still seeking the 2nd suspect. In the Woolwich raid, no further action was taken against the arrested men, but the occupants of the flat were evicted. The bike was returned to its rightful owner that morning. No forensics were found in the burglary in Lewisham. The case remains open. Dave and Jim are still hoping for a victim to come forward from the attempted robbery. And the man caught by CCTV footage in Wales was given a 12-month community order for interfering with a vehicle.
Well, as you've seen, the technology's there, but can you really teach an old dog new tricks? Bodie and Doyle give it a go in The Professionals. That's over on ITV4 next. Here, well, we're living in a supersized society, but does the answer to the growing problem of obesity lie in the half-ton hospital? Tonight Investigates, next.